Taurus, I'm Gabriella from Gabriella's Vampire Tarot. For today, I'm going to be doing a general reading of past, present, future, a 9-card spread. I'm going to be using the regular tarot deck, clarify with the vampire deck, draw a special vampire card, draw a vampire oracle, and then draw 3 yes or no answers for thee. So let's get started with this pre-shuffled deck. General card for today is the Ace of Cups. Okay, let's look at the past. You start off with 8 of Swords, the Fool, and the 7 of Swords. So what I see for you in your past is, for some reason, you felt stuck and incredibly, a bit, disillusioned with something that happened in the past, because that's why you're, you have this, this cloth, covering your eyes. And for some reason, you did decide to take on this leap of faith, and for some reason there was a bit of deception going on in the past. I don't know if you were deceiving somebody somehow, or that you somehow got deceived, but it seems like that maybe, it seems like that you're the one that got, deceived somehow. And the thing is, it's like, it's too bad, when you actually think, oh yeah, this, feels and looks promising, but, for some reason, you were stuck, with, whatever, could have been, bad investment of some kind. It could have been just a bad plan, a bad, choice, instead of going right, you went left, or you went left, or instead of right, whatever. But that's what I see here, is that you just kind of, there was a bad, decision that was made in the past. That's kind of, because that's why you feel stuck. And so, you pretty much took on this new opportunity and a leap of faith of some kind. But somehow there's deception that went on in the past. Maybe, you were promised, a really good job offer of some kind. Maybe, somebody, saw you and said, okay, there's this wonderful job opportunity. It's going to make you all rich and abundant, stuff like that. So you took on this chance, and there was just deception that was involved in the past. Yeah, in my experience, it's always good to kind of start reading the fine print. But I'm one to talk, right? I'm the one that got turned into a vampire. But, use this as, cautionary tales. And, any kind of situation, that ends up negatively, even though it looked incredibly beautiful and promising, always, look at the fine print, look at the small, letters to make sure that everything works out. Because otherwise, there's going to be a bit of deception going on here. Now, on a positive note, it doesn't per se have to mean deception. It could mean, that you freed yourself and you're a bit of a strategic individual. And, you're pretty much just kind of going up against the normalcy of everything, of thinking, okay, I want to get out of this the situation of feeling stuck. I'm just going to embark on this journey or this plan of action, just on a limb here. And I'm taking off with all these swords. That can be too. I'm kind of feeling both sides for some reason, a bit of both, sides, it doesn't per se have to be anything negative, to be honest. I mean, if you guys have noticed this new beautiful purple dress that the human got me, yep, he got me a couple of new dresses, all to accentuate my wardrobe, for being very grateful, for having a vampire oracle and tarot reader. But anyway, back to you. For current times, you do start off with the Judgment reversed. I'm going to leave that here. And you get the Hanged Man reversed. And you get 10 of Swords reversed. What I see here is, okay, you dealt with maybe some kind of deception in the past. And for some reason, you kind of feel a bit, maybe a bit, overclouded with, worries and and frustrations of some kind, because normally with the Judgment, it's all about that you're, clear-minded, your head is out of the clouds, you're pretty much just going for something, but for some reason right now, you're just kind of just thinking, how am I going to get out of this new situation? There's a 7 of Swords situation, which is incredibly deceptive and conning of some kind, but, for some reason right now, it still has some kind of effect on you in current times. And you still pretty much just feel like you're kind of fluttering around. I mean, you could have water, you could have Pisces somewhere in your star chart, even Cancer or Scorpio. But yeah, I kind of see that, you're just kind of fluttering around right now. You're kind of, your duckies aren't in a row, as even the human says it sometimes. And, to say, okay, you need to try to, to bring your ducks back in formation. But I just kind of see that this whole, yeah, past incident, whatever it was, job, relationship, any kind of, deceptive individual, did an enormous number on you. But yet you are recovering in the end. So, yeah, maybe, you're kind of done, with feeling all, despaired and depressed and stuff like that. You pretty much at a certain point, you buck up and you think, okay, we'll need to get out of this situation. And I do see you recovering. So at least that's a really good positive thing, okay, something, didn't work out and you're just kind of still and being affected by it. But it's a good thing that the Ten of Swords is reversed because, it's like, yeah, something, had some kind of negative impact on you. But yet, you are still recovering and you're kind of releasing it somehow. So that's incredibly, promising and beautiful, and we're still going to clarify it. In the future, you start off with the Lovers, but I'm going to leave that here because I cannot show you the pictures. So you get Lovers at first, and then you get the Nine of Wands reversed, and then you get the Emperor reversed. Now, what I see here is, with the Lovers, you have options. Right now you're kind of recovering and you will have options for the future. And what I see here is you're kind of letting go of any negativity. It could have been an Emperor, could have been an Aries that had a major impact on you or something. But because, normally with the Nine of Wands reverse, it's kind of, you get giving up on something. But what I see here is with the options of Lovers, of new beginnings and stuff like that, because this is ending and you're going to be having new beginnings in the future, is that you're kind of letting go of whoever this whole Emperor situation was that kind of kept you confined with the Eight of Swords, or even a Seven of Swords situation. And, it's like we have no actual control over the future. What we do right now will impact it, but we can't just say in about a year, this is what's going to happen. It doesn't work like that. I never knew I was going to turn into a vampire, right? But what I see here is that I see that you're kind of letting go of whatever, the past, did to you. So good, good, good. Now let's do some clarification. Okay, I'm going to be using the pre-shuffle vampire deck. So for the Eight of Swords, you get Prince of Skulls. This is you. This is your card. You're the Knight of Pentacles. So what I see here is, it's like you felt stuck, but, for some reason, you are the Knight of Pentacles that pretty much had to, start getting out of this stuck feeling in a slow, moving situation, because that's, because then, you're pretty much just taking off, out of this confined whole situation. It could have been a job situation, that kind of kept you, confined, or you were confined without a job, but then you finally got a really good, decent wage, job in the past of some kind. I like this. You, man or woman in situation, it doesn't matter, but this vampire is pretty much just saying, I'm going to be getting myself out of this confined situation in the past. Good. For the Fool, you get Five of Swords. Now, this is what I'm talking about. This is you overcoming and defeating some kind of battle. It's like it's upright because the vampires are always upright. I mean, even though they sleep down or even in coffins. But in this situation, it looks like that you've overcome something, and that's why it gave you the confidence to want to take on, or it gave you the confidence, to take on this leap of faith and say, we're going to move forward and we're going to get out of this situation. Because you had to fight some kind of battle of some kind, and you pretty much just overcame, some kind of, fight of some kind, and it pretty much just kind of gave you this laissez-faire kind of feeling, and just saying, okay, we're going to go back out there again. We're not going to be stuck with the Eight of Swords. Wow. I love it. For the Seven of Swords, you get the, wow, this thing had to fall. Where'd you go? I'm sorry about that. Yeah, these cards like to fall, don't they? But what I see here is, you were pretty much, it could also be a strategy kind of situation that you had to strategize in some kind of way to get out of this situation. Maybe, this whole, defeating battle, you're still kind of going through the whole motions of everything. Because you get the Eight of Wands, which is a fast-moving situation. So you got out of, whatever, kept you confined in the past. Well, you got out of that quite fast, and it could have been maybe, well, some kind of deceptive situation that maybe you had to kind of go and become, like the renegade type of person to go up against the current of everything. And it kind of, well, yeah, they were just thinking, hey, you're kind of a deceptive con person, but you did it for good reasons, and it moved quite fast in your favor. Wow. And so far, I see a very beautiful past. You got yourself out of any kind of negative, confined situation. You got out there. Wow, I love this so far. Beautiful. For the Judgment reverse, you're kind of still feeling a bit, cloud-minded. You're kind of still thinking, because you get the Five of Grails. Now, I can't show you the Judgment card, but I'll hold it like this for me. What I see here is, you're still kind of dealing with a bit of disappointment because, you probably had to, had to go through, something that you didn't want to deal with in the past. And it probably, still has a negative impact on your current mindset and your whole general feeling and stuff. But yeah, it could also mean, that, I should probably be feeding soon, but I just see that you're just kind of still going through the motions and the effects of what had happened that kept you, stuck with the Eight of Swords kind of situation. And, of course, anything, any kind of, moment, trauma or something can still have effects in current situations. Sometimes, even in my, case, for example, it's like, for being a vampire and seeing all these humans, enjoying life, having, everything that they wanted and stuff like that, and I'm just confined, to, drinking blood, for example. I mean, I don't want to sound too morbid or macabre or anything, but it just looks like, sometimes, you still feel the effects in modern times, from anything that has happened in the past. So, and, that's kind of sadly enough, necessary evil, that sometimes you get these moments in your life where you actually think, oh goodness, looking back at the past, thinking if only things were different, Wow. But anyway, for the Hanged Man, you kind of still feel a bit fluttery and your little deckies are swimming all over the place. You do get the Daughter of Knives. You do get the Page of Swords. So, you may be a bit fluttery, but, you're still getting out there, even though, well, you feel a bit uneasy and pretty much, not grounded for being a Taurus sign. But yeah, I just see that, is you're still highly determined, because you want to leave that disappointment in your life. You want to just kind of move on and to say, okay, and no more, the negativity of being confined, of, dealing with a Seven of Swords kind of situation, but that's what I see here. Is that, there was something, that you're just kind of moving on from. Love it. For the Ten of Swords, you are recovering from something because you know what you get. The Ace of Wands. Wonderful. You definitely want to move on from something, and you're pretty much just kind of saying, well, I don't want to deal with any more negativity. I don't want to have any more, repeats of my current and future times. But that's why, I'm determined with the Ace of Wands of healing myself. And that's what I see you, is doing a lot of important self-care, of getting over all of the negativity, moving on. You had to overcome this battle in the past of whatever it was, but now you are determined on healing yourself and actually also moving on towards a better and brighter prospect. I love this. It's like it starts off a bit on the negative side, but slowly it starts gradually getting better. Wow. And that's what I'm talking about. For the Lovers, you get the love and opportunity and options because you get the Two of Skulls. What I see here is, you're still kind of, juggling options. And, whoops, I cannot be showing that to you. But that's what I see here is with the Lovers is you have options, but, you're kind of juggling different options in the future because, right now you're determined, maybe you're healing, to a different, more stable job because you are a stable earth sign and you're very fixed and determined. And I just see that maybe you have like 3 or 4 new job offerings coming towards you and you're just kind of wondering, what should I choose? Well, I mean, it's not really like the Two of Swords kind of situation, but you're kind of juggling options. And enjoy juggling those options. It's good to be juggling options than to have no options. Even though you might just think, well, I don't know, I feel so, overworked, I feel, this or that or anything. But it's good to kind of go through the motions of things. But just remember, you do have options and opportunity in the future. For the Nine of Wands, something is ending. And you get strength. Beautiful. You could have Leo somewhere in your star chart. My goodness, what's wrong with me and these cards? what I see here is, something is ending. You're pretty much just saying goodbye to some kind of ending of some kind of situation. You're juggling options right now, and hopefully it's not internal fears that are holding you back. And just remember, those are just paper dragons. Any kind of fears of the unknown are just paper dragons. But I just see that you're still headstrong, moving forward, and just saying, I'm not going to give up, even though, I'm letting go of this, but I'm going to be moving forward with confidence and grace. Man or woman in the situation, it doesn't have to matter, but I just see that you're just in a very strong, powerful position in the future. And why not? Having options can help generate this kind of power within you of saying, I'm letting go of anything in the past or any kind of negativity because I'm determined to want to move forward and to get better and to live a happier and fulfilling, future, right? The Emperor reverse, it could also mean, that you're not getting anything you want and you feel kind of maybe still uncertain and stuff like that. You get the Lord of Knives, you get the King of Swords. You are determined because, what I see here is, it's like maybe these are still internal fears, but yeah, you are incredibly determined on wanting to move forward, as you should. Yeah, there's always going to be these little paper dragons that are going to be fluttering around you to say, oh yeah, we're just going to, cause a lot of, like, yeah, fears, uncertainties, anything within you and stuff like that. But I just see that you are just going through the motions of the fears and just saying nothing is holding me back. Okay, because, you see this knight, going through a storm. That's like also going through all the emotions and feelings, especially the negative emotions and feelings. You're pretty much just riding through it with confidence. Wow. I love that. Okay, we're going to continue on with a special vampire card. Knight of Swords. Are you kidding me? Oh no, this is the Knight of Swords. Wow. Yeah, okay, you are incredibly determined, and that's what I like to see. It's similar to the Lord of Knives, the King of Swords, is, you're pretty much just saying, okay, we're just going to head on. This vampire looks kind of vicious, by throwing all those knives. But, yeah, I just see, that you're pretty much determined on saying we're going to move this way. We're not going to let any more past, incidences, moments, occurrences, anything hold us back and confine us with the Eight of Swords, because now we're in recovery mode and we are determined on wanting to get better and getting a better, financial, situation, anything. And that's what I see here is you are literally on this horse as well, heading off, through the storms of anything, and you're pretty much still incredibly determined. Love it. Okay, we're going to continue on with the Vampire Oracle to see what other information I can offer for thee. Call for help. Reach out, need for backup, and admit your needs. If you need to call out for help or admit your needs or need for backup or reach out, I would. If you are still going through the Judgment reversed and the Hangman reversed, where you kind of feel like you're just, fluttering around or you're just spinning your wheels and you're just not doing anything, sometimes it's good to ask other humans for advice and guidance to see what they can offer you, for any kind of information that that could benefit you. But yeah, that's what I see here. Man or woman, blonde, brunette, redhead, it doesn't matter in this situation, but it's good to actually, keep, networking and ask for advice. You don't have to really go for help, but just advice and guidance. Love it. Okay, Taurus, I'm going to finish off this reading with 3 yes or no answers. Please feel free to pause this video. Oh, this one came out. Sadly, for answer number 1, you do get a no card. For answer number 2, you get no. And for answer number 3, you get no again. Well, Taurus, I'm going to leave it at that for you, but if this reading resonated, please feel free to subscribe and join me on the journey for more information I can offer as a Vampire Tarot Guide reader. But I want to thank you guys all so much for supporting me and my channel. You all are amazing, beautiful humans. I love hearing from you. I love hearing how my readings do resonate with you. If this reading somehow didn't resonate, please feel free to check out other videos that I've created and the human published for me. But in a few days, I'm going to go back to love readings, so I'm going to go back and forth for now. But I just want to say how much I love you guys and admire you guys incredibly, so thank you all again.